Good morning, UCOP. It's a beautiful morning in the neighborhood. All right. Woo. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? Well, I'm gonna send thee one by one. One for little bitty baby, born in Bethlehem. Where I send thee now, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee two by two, two for Paul and Silas, one for little bitty baby. I said born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How am I gonna send thee? Well, I'm gonna send thee three by three, three for the Hebrew children, two for Paul and Silas, one for the little bitty baby now born in Bethlehem. Send thee, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee four by four, four for the four that stood at the door, five for the gospel preachers, six for the six that never got fixed, seven for the seven that never got to heaven, eight for the eight that stood at the gate, and one for the little bitty baby. I said born in Bethlehem. Hey, hey, hey. All right. Children, go where I send thee. Now, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 9 by 9. 9 for the 9, all dressed so fine. 10 for the 10 commandments. 11 for the 11 dividers. 12 for the 12 apostles. 1 for a little bitty baby. I said born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee one by one, one for a little bitty baby. I said born in Bethlehem. All right. Thank you. Woo, good morning.
Good morning. That's Kelly Hunt right there. Let's all stand and sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I don't know who Herald is, but we're going to sing it.
The herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all the nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. While he lays his glory by, born that man no more shall die. Born to raise the sons of earth, born to give them second birth. Come, desire of nations, come, fix in us thy humble home. Oh, to all thyself impart, formed in each believing heart. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. All right, I feel the Spirit. I feel the Spirit Spirit moving in me. Oh, I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the joy moving in me. I feel the joy moving in me. Oh, yes, I do. I feel the joy moving in me. I feel the joy moving in me. I feel the love moving in me. I feel the love moving in me. I feel the love moving in me. Yeah, I feel the love moving in me. All right. I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me. Yeah, I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me.
Good morning, Unity Church of Overland Park. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the second day of Advent. Today we shall soak in peace. I'm Reverend Jackie Fernandez, and it is my great joy to be with you this morning.
And I'm Reverend Eileen Stulak as well. Just so happy to be here with all of you here in this room, as well as all of our online balcony folks out in YouTube and Facebook. We welcome everybody in wherever and whenever you join us.
So I was gone last week.
You certainly were. We missed you. I really missed you.
One Sunday. Fred, is there anything you'd like to say for yourself?
I'm back!
And all is forgiven. We love you, Fred. We are so grateful that you are back and that all is well.
Thank you. That'll teach you to take a Sunday off.
That will teach me to take us. Wait a minute. We'll talk. A big welcome to Kelly Hunt.
Yes.
Reverend Fred and the Hip-Hop Band. We are in for a great celebration this morning. We also have our wonderful guest speaker, Unity icon, Unity rock star, my friend, my mentor, my teacher, Reverend Chris Jackson. Remember what I told you about peace, right? I don't talk about it because I don't want to lose it. I don't want to learn about it. I want to just work with what I have and cultivate it and soak in your wisdom. I want to share with you also today that we have, many of us have tender hearts. I'm sure those of you who are on social media have seen that another Unity rock star, Unity icon, the Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck, took his angel wings on Thursday morning. Unity Church of Overland Park has the distinct honor of having been the first ministry to hire him when he was ordained in 1996. And so he is forever woven into the heart and the fabric of this community and of the Unity movement. I mean, frankly, I was talking with Reverend Chris before service. Paul raised generations of Unity ministers, licensed Unity teachers, and many of you sitting in the pews all across the country, he taught so many. He was known for his quips. I'm sure you've got one. What happens in vagueness stays in vagueness. That is a deep metaphysical teaching.
Sit with it for a while, folks. Just sit with that.
Also, unanswered questions are far less dangerous than unquestioned answers. Yeah, he was good. Do you have a Paulism?
Not a Paulism, but I have a Paul story that kept me in ministerial prep. I came up here to do a lot of my prerequisite work before applying for acceptance into the ministry, and I'm sitting out in the village, and Paul's teaching a metaphysics class, and then he went into meditation, and he started to talk about how you put your feet on the floor and the palms up and that sort of thing, and I'm sitting in the theater seat with my legs crossed and just kind of listening, and he says, but then look at Eileen over there. And I'm like freaking out because I'm in the wrong positions and everything. This was like my first week up here taking classes, and he says, just in the same breath, he said, what she's doing right there sitting is just fine. Because as far as I'm concerned, if my God's not strong enough to travel through crossed legs, it's not the God I want in my life. And I was like, oh, thank you, God. I fell in love with him then, and, but I'll never forget that moment.
That is a good one. And his red wagon that he would bring into every class, full of props for his lessons. Things like Barbie dolls, very, deep, spiritual.
They make movies about
He would use them
right?
to teach about codependence. Yeah, and the power of manifestation and what you draw to your life versus what you draw yourself toward. I mean, we could go on.
We could.
We could. So we'd invite you all to join us this Friday evening out at Unity Village at the Goppert Center for a service, which is not a service, not a church service, nothing like that, because he wouldn't have wanted it. So it will be a gathering of people celebrating love and light. And sounds like it might get a little sassy, saucy.
Just like Paul.
Just like Paul.
Just like Paul.
All right, so let's center in prayer, giving thanks for this day that we co-create with the Most High. So grateful for life, for community, for teachers, for those who generously and selflessly share their wisdom, their experience, their own journey, for the betterment of others. And we name the Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck as one of the greats who now is lifted into the fullness of love's radiance. With how many times we heard him say that the totality of God is present at each and every point in the universe, not just part of God, the totality of God, expressing as each of us. And we know together that his light, his heart, his soul is now completely dissolved, released into the totality of the infinite. For the knowing of this sanctity of life, we are so grateful. For the knowing of the power of community to be the presence of love and light, we are so grateful. Knowing that because we are alive today, everything is possible, so we lean into that possibility. Knowing the 12 powers are activated in each and every one of us to manifest the life of our dreams that we, like Paul, could proclaim. It is a beautiful day in the consciousness of my mind. And so it is paired with that affirmation. We speak together one of the foundational affirmations of unity. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, the source of all good.
And we remain in this consciousness of prayer for just a moment or so more. For we are reminded through Paul's passing, the fragility that is this life, and how we can see a soul moving on in ways that we might expect, and also those times when it's a complete, unexpected experience. And so if there is any other grief or feelings of loss being felt today, sometimes they make themselves known even more powerfully during a holiday season like Advent, where it is a time where we sit back and reflect, as well as prepare and open ourselves with expectancy and anticipation to what is yet to come. We just surround all of our hearts this morning with that peaceful presence of spirit, knowing that whatever we may be experiencing individually or what we can see collectively, peace is there. All we got to do is breathe into it and bring it into expression. And so we do that now as we release these prayers, remaining unattached as always to any specific outcomes and trusting in Spirit's movement in, through, around, and as us. And for that gift and so much more, we are grateful. And so it is we pray. Amen.
Amen. So I'll invite our Leadership Council Chair, Angela Herman, along with her spouse, John Herman, to light the Advent candle for today. And while they're getting into place, we will together join Unity folks all around the world as we affirm our vision statement: a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
Lights in the eyeballs. Okay, so Peace by Reverend Maggie Alderman, the director of the Unity Prayer Ministry. At this point in the holiday season, many of us are immersed in preparation and celebration. The air around us seems alive with tradition, the sound of carols, the scent of baked goodies, and the hum of anticipation. In almost every direction we turn, we may be met with the reminder that we are on the clock, and we have a finite number of days left until we are ready, whatever that means. If we are not careful, we can get swept up in the outer activity and miss the sacred invitation of Advent to become intentional about who and what we are becoming. Each year, this season offers a paradox, an invitation for deep soul-level reflection in the midst of sensory overload. We're asked to consider what is seeking to emerge through us, even as we juggle gift lists, party invites, and the regular hustle and bustle of life. But maybe this isn't a contradiction at all. Perhaps this is one more reason why the Christ child is called the Prince of Peace. Even his birth unfolded with quiet assurance. A manger, unassuming parents, and uncertain circumstances could easily have spelled chaos. And yet, Scripture paints a picture of stillness and divine order. When we find ourselves in the midst of birthing something new amid challenges or less than ideal conditions, we're invited to respond as Mary and Joseph did, with presence and trust. Balancing spirit and humanity isn't always graceful, but it is sacred. The Nativity story reminds us that peace is possible, even in the unexpected. Make no mistake, friends, this is a season of powerful manifestation. Let us prioritize moments that strengthen our inner peace so that our words are spoken in love and our actions reflect conscious intention. Doing so doesn't just create a more meaningful holiday season, it sets the tone for the life we wish to live in the year ahead. We affirm together, my awareness of God is my peace. From John 14:27, Jesus answered them, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not let them be afraid." We light this candle for peace.
I hear the sound of an ancient bell. I hear it ring inside my heart. It is a sound so soft and clear. I don't know just when it started. It's rung for 1,000 years. For all the souls in the universe. It is the ancient bell of peace. It's here to waken the love that's sleeping. So ring it loud and clear. Ring it so loud that the world can hear it. Like a million voices singing through the darkest night, you can hear it ring. You can hear it ring. I knew a man so hard and cold. He didn't care about anyone's tears until one day he closed his eyes, and through his darkness he could hear it. Just one voice was raised in singing, just one voice like a bell ringing. Just one voice was raised in singing through his darkest night. He could hear it ringing. He could hear it ringing. You could hear it ringing. We are the ancient bells of peace. We've come to waken the love that's sleeping.
Good morning, Unity of Overland Park. It's always a joy to be with you, and especially to share the experience with Kelly. You're just a remarkable soul, my friend, and I've known that for some time. But I think that's the first time I've ever heard a song that you not only sang and played, but also wrote. So bravo, that was beautiful. And I am grateful to be here. I'm grateful to Reverend Jackie for the invitation. My third opportunity to be before you in this year, and what a year it has been. Your minister celebrated 5 years as senior minister of Unity Church of Overland Park, and I think that's incredible. You may not know this, I hope you don't actually, but when I'm not speaking in Unity churches, I'm typically at home on a Sunday morning listening to you, and I so appreciate the wisdom you bring, the spontaneity, and the heart that you deliver every message with. It's just a joy to be on the receiving end of that. Also, you are celebrating 50 years as Unity Church of Overland Park this year, which is amazing in itself too. And I want to take a moment to really thank you for that. And thank you for what you do every Sunday when you gather in this room and throughout the week as you give your time, talent, and treasure to this powerful ministry. I really do believe that the changes that we are praying to see in the world right now, hoping faithful will come to pass, are not going to necessarily happen on some great, grand, global scale. They're going to happen on a very grassroots level. They're going to happen beginning with each and every one of us making some important decisions about where our spiritual journey is prioritized in our life. And then you bring that together in communities such as Unity Church of Overland Park. Never underestimate the power of what you're doing here and how important your presence is. And I'm talking about the people in the room, but I'm also talking about anyone that, like myself, experiences the joy of this powerful ministry from home. So those of you that are with us online today, I just thank every one of you. I do believe in no small way you are seeking to change the world, and you are engaged in a successful endeavor. This morning I want to talk to you about how I'm learning to rest in peace. You're supposed to laugh at that. How I'm learning to rest in peace. You know, we're promised a lot of stuff after we die, after we're gone from this plane. But I think a lot of times we just put it off. The reality is that I believe every one of us is intended to rest in peace in every moment of our living adventure here on this planet. It's not something we have to wait until we're knocking at the doors of the pearly gates, metaphorically speaking. It's something that we can take on and live every moment of our life. It is possible to live in a state of perpetual peace. And my question of you this morning is, to what degree might we all be able to awaken from an illusion of conflict and unrest and fear and move more deeply into a reality of peace and love? Anybody in the room ever had a recurring dream or nightmare more than once? Good, I'm not alone this morning. Because I've had one that's been with me for as long as I can remember. I'm going to say at least 20 years. It's not all the time. Sometimes I don't experience this for months, but it shows up every now and then. And it showed up a couple of months ago for me. I call it the passport dream. And in the passport dream, things are not going as they should, according to my prescription. Anybody ever have that experience in their human existence? So they're not going the way that I think they should, and no one around me really understands the peril that I'm in. Sometimes I don't even understand it. It's not like I'm frantic or panicking, but I'm very anxious because I'm somewhere far away from home and I don't have what I need in order to get home. So it's troubling and it produces a lot of anxiety. And sometimes when I wake up from this dream, I have to work on myself and light the candle and speak my affirmations just to get myself lifted up out of that state of anxiety. Everybody in the dream, and there's always different people and there's always different specifics to the circumstances, but everybody is leaving to go home except for me. I never feel at peace. Now, when I had this dream the last time, a couple of months ago, something very different happened. In that, in the midst of the dream, I became aware that I was dreaming. You had that experience where, okay, I know this is a dream. And in that moment, I heard a voice. And the voice said very clearly, if you don't like what's going on, wake up. And I thought, well, that's really strange. I've never heard that voice before. It seems like a strange instruction. If you don't like what's going on, wake up. But suddenly, in the same sense that I was aware for the first time that I was having this dream, and I even remembered, I thought, I've had this dream many times before. All I have to do is wake up. So something in me decided to wake up. And I did. I just woke up and I was laying there going, well, by golly, all I had to do was wake myself up, and it's all gone. All the dream, all the illusion was gone, and I was resting in peace. I was relaxed, I was comfortable. Now, I don't know if that dream will happen again, and if it does, I pray that voice will be there and that I'll realize I do have the ability to wake up. But the best part of this is, after all these years, some people who know me very well might tell you that I am and don't believe this, a high-controlled person. So I've always thought the dream was trying to tell me to let go and to, go with the flow and not freak out when I think things are not going my way. But what I really got this time from the dream was, this is my life. This is my life. I've been living, call it what you will, or dream. In Eastern influences, it's illusion or it's delusion. I've been living in an imagined reality that is not my true home. And I'm trying to get home. And I don't think I have what I need. And it just went right into my gut. I thought, this is the story of my life, and I have been trying now for years and years to wake myself up. And I'm not trying to be pretentious or arrogant here, but it's like, oh dear God, if this could possibly be true, that all I have to do is really make up my mind that I'm going to wake up, then I will wake up. And I think that's true of all of us, my friends. We always tell you from this platform and from Unity platforms around the world that there's only one presence, there's only one power, it's God, it's good. If that is the case, how can all of this chaos and conflict be going on around me? And I believe, standing before you this morning, it's because on some level I have chosen to experience it. And on some level I am free to change my mind anytime I want, to wake up and to experience a different reality. When you're having a bad dream, or a dream that makes you uncomfortable, or I'm having this dream that makes me uncomfortable, my tendency is to want to panic, to fix it. I'm a great fixer, by the way. Nobody really ever appreciates it very much when I'm trying to fix them, but I love fixing things, not to fix the situation and not to freak out. The best thing I can do is just to wake up. It's really the only solution, and I propose to you this morning, it's the only solution to us being able to experience more fully and completely, day by day, the peace that is the truth of our reality and the truth of our home in God. In the book of Mark, we read these words, Mark 4, 35th through 41st verse. On that day, when evening had come, he said to them, "Let us go across to the other side." And leaving the crowd, they took him with them in the boat, just as he was, and other boats were with him. And a great storm of wind arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that the boat was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on the cushion. And they woke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care if we perish?" And he awoke and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. He said to them, "Why are you afraid? Have you no faith?" And they were filled with awe and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even wind and sea obey him?" So Jesus is calming the storm in the midst of the rough seas. One of the great gifts that Unity brings to Christianity and to life, I believe, and to any story that we're ever telling ourselves, is metaphysical interpretation. And I want to share with you a personal interpretation of that story from Scripture. Yes, it's about Jesus, but it's also, I think, about, which is true of all the stories of Jesus, it's about you and I. And the great thing about metaphysical interpretation, personal metaphysical interpretation, is that it only has to work for you. This works for me. And every one of us may have a different understanding of the story, but here's my 2 cents worth. The storm represents the dream that I was speaking of earlier. External experience, what's going on out here. Typically conflict, turbulence, chaos. It's a storm. It's the fearful projection of an imagined identity and its resulting reality. Jesus, also known as the Christ, represents for me symbolically the awakening. That is not the external reality, but the internal reality. My real, authentic, and true nature. Who and what I really am. Who and what we really are. And this Christ in us and as us says to the storm of external circumstances and situations, peace, be still. External experience always must obey the truth of who and what we really are. That storm had to pass in the midst of Jesus representing your ultimate identity and truth and mine. It dispels illusion every single time. You know, from my previous visits here that I don't like to deliver to you statements and insist that you accept them. So I label them as proposals, which means that you as Great Unity students are free to accept or decline anything that's ever shared with you by me. And I believe that would be true of anything you ever hear in any Unity church. We're not here to tell you what to do or dictate your belief system. We're here to give you ideas and share from personal experience in ways that hopefully will be inspiring and helpful to you. So here's my proposal, a proposal for you this morning. Remembrance of who and what we really are dispels the apparent storms of life. Awareness of internal reality soothes and calms external experience. This remembrance, my friends, I believe is the most important thing in life. Right now, to be a truly peaceful person is the greatest gift we can pour into the collective consciousness of humanity. We want a peaceful world. That's an unreasonable request if we are not willing to become completely peaceful ourselves. And I'm not talking about great grandiose obstacles that we have to remain peaceful through. I shop at Hy-Vee. So the other day I pulled up, this was on Thursday, into the Hy-Vee parking lot. And there were plenty of spaces toward the back of the lot, but there was one space toward the very front of the lot, closest to the entrance to the store, where a truck was backing out very slowly. And the car in front of me decided that it was worth their time to wait for that truck. And the truck pulled out a little, pulled out a little, pulled out a little. And here I am being a seasoned Unity minister in my car going, well, actually, I won't repeat some of what was going through my mind. But I was thinking, what the hell? You know, a few steps, and by this point, there are 3 or 4 cars behind me. We're all waiting to get a parking place, and then I thought about what I was going to share with you this morning. See, it's these little things, it's these little incidents that keep my mind restless. I was in conflict, yes, with whoever it was that was sitting there holding up traffic, waiting for this truck to back out so they could save a few steps. You can see that I've completely overcome all of my judgment about this person. Just like you, I'm working at it, okay? And that's what we do. But to be mindful, at least I was mindful enough to where at some point in those few moments that I was waiting, I could say, I am not at peace. You see, and there's an accumulation of these little restless irritations that live in, I think, probably all of our minds throughout the day. The question is, while we're out here saying, I demand a more peaceful world, can we begin by saying, I cordially invite myself to become more aware of when I am not at peace and to see things differently. And to remember this, my friends, when we say we are the Christ, we're not just talking about ourselves. We're talking about whoever the jerk was. I love that, this is an honest, open, authentic environment, is also the Christ. The person that was taking their time, doing whatever they were doing, backing that truck up, also the Christ. And I want to be one who experiences and expresses the Christ in me, greeting the Christ in all others. Now this, I believe, I say it's the most important thing because I believe at the end of the day, that's what's going to change our experience of external reality. When we are, each of us as cells in this body of God, experiencing the peace that is ours by divine birthright, and we're bringing that into expression in the world. Will we make the mark 100% of the time? Perhaps not. But every time we catch ourselves, we are doing our part to contribute to peace on earth by first finding peace within our hearts. For years, I was teaching the importance of values in my ministry. Get in touch with what's really most important to you, and then live in integrity with it, whatever that is. And it's amazing to me how many people, myself included at times, are not really fully aware of their values and expressing them with integrity. But I stopped teaching that a number of years ago because I woke up one morning in meditation. I'd gotten my values down to just a few words, and I realized even that was too much. All I needed was one word. And so for the past 2 years, that one word has been peace. I have found that peace is inclusive of joy and of love, and it also embraces health, wholeness, as well as abundance and prosperity. That has made a big difference in my world. I, way back in 1989, did a cassette tape. Does anybody know what a cassette tape is? I did a cassette tape program for Unity Village, and I titled it A Path to Peace. I can't know what I said back then because I don't have a cassette player anymore, but that's okay. What I realized is that A Path to Peace is more than just the title of that cassette program I did. It's actually the title, the name of my religion. And I propose to you this morning that you can make it the theme of your own religion, which you are responsible for creating and living in integrity with. And mine is just a few words. They are practices, so that when I'm in that Hy-Vee parking lot, when I'm in that moment of unrest inside of myself, I can pause, I can take a breath, and I can begin by saying appreciation. And I'll tell you, I have yet to find a challenge or a moment in my life where I was not at peace, where gratitude did not bring me out of the hole. That is to stop thinking about whatever it is that is causing me anxiety, and instead to contemplate anything and everything I have in my life that I can be grateful for. Now, this is my path to peace. You're responsible for your own, but hopefully you'll get some ideas rolling here. If you have anything else to do during Advent besides creating your path to peace, I would encourage you to reconsider your priorities. Relaxation. There's an old hymn, Christian hymn, that goes, I'm going to stay on the battlefield. I'm going to stay on the battlefield. I'm going to stay on the battlefield until I die. We used to sing that. Phew. No, thank you. What a horrible lyric. I'm sorry. There I go being judgmental again. I don't want to be on the battlefield ever again. And when I find myself being defensive, antagonistic, remind myself you're on the battlefield. Relax, chill out, experience the deep breath that steadies us even in the midst of chaos. Silence, which is what this morning is really all about. Moving into silence. I'm not talking about silence because everybody's being quiet out here. I live in an apartment complex, and quite often I hear all kinds of things going on around me. That's not the silence I'm speaking of. I'm speaking of the silence that comes when we move beyond thought, when we move beyond feeling, when we move beyond conceptualization, when we move beyond ideas, when we move beyond the projections that our mind is forever throwing out here. There's a silence that's more than about the lack of noise. It's in that silence that voice says, you don't like what's going on. Wake up. Wake up. It's such a gift. If you want to give yourself a great gift for Christmas this year, give yourself the gift of silence. The freedom from thought, feeling, form, projection, even imagination. You know, the moment that we have in this service where we meditate in just a few minutes and we get quiet, I think that is the most important moment in the service. Not the words that are being spoken, not even the beautiful music, but that silence, that's our home. And that's where we find the voice that's always calling us back. From that silence, I receive a vision. And my prayer is very humble. It's to ask to see as God sees. And I don't believe God sees conflict. I don't believe God sees punishment or suffering. I believe that God sees clearly, and you and I can see the same way. There's a beautiful verse from Course in Miracles that says, I am not a victim of the world I see. I could see peace instead of this. Just to remember that in those tense moments, I could see peace instead of this. And from that experience of seeing, I believe, as God sees, myself and all of us in the room being beautiful extensions of that presence of God, expressions, I move into peace every single time. I can't make it through all 5 of those words without getting to the last one and really resonating with the peace that is my natural home and my natural way of being. So my friends, this morning my encouragement to you is to see the Christmas season as an opportunity. See this Advent experience. Being born for this couldn't be truer. You were born for this. I was born for this. Born for what? Born for the realization that peace on earth really can be more than a nice lyric in a Christmas carol. It can become, and it is becoming, and I encourage you to hold this belief with me and with the Unity community that surrounds you as we move toward Christmas morning, that we may actually be able to live in the midst of peace on earth and goodwill toward all as a living reality in a fully awakened world. God bless you.
Thank you, Reverend Chris. Let's all settle in for that moment of peace. A moment to check in, to listen.
I invite us to Take a moment to close our eyes if that's comfortable and possible for you wherever you may be. Take that deep breath that brings us out of chaos and into peace. Whatever is happening in your life right now as we are appreciating the quality of this Christmas season, let the thought of appreciation come to mind. Anything and everything you can be grateful for. Allow gratitude to saturate your consciousness. One of the most powerful practices you can ever employ will be to keep your mind focused on that which you have to be grateful for. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, be willing to release all of your preoccupation with the restlessness of time and space. Friends, there is a home within you that is your true home, and you have everything you need right now in this moment to be there, at home, in the presence of Spirit, free of all of the restlessness of time and space. This is your natural way of being. It's easy for you. It's effortless to relax and allow and release and trust. And in this sacred inner space, your natural environment is that of silence. Beyond the stillness of words and sounds outside of you, quiet your mind. Let that soundtrack go that is telling you where you need to be next, how you need to show up, what you should be concerned about, and what you are ready to release. Just find stillness, find silence, sacred silence in your soul. Let go of thoughts, feelings, ideas, and empty yourself in this sacred, silent, peaceful space. Ask to see as God sees, purely, lovingly, gently, peacefully. See only peace, for that is what you are. And in that realization, commit to yourself that you will remember in the midst even of the mightiest storms, but even the tiniest upsets of your life, you will dedicate and consecrate yourself to being a pillar for peace, and that you will play your part in witnessing the transformation of a world where peace on earth and goodwill toward all is all that matters, is all that is needed, is all that is done in the name, in the nature, and through the power of the Christ presence whose birth we celebrate in our own awareness this Christmas season and always. Amen.
So as we prepare to move into our time of gratitude and preparing to receive our offering, I invite each of us to individually ask ourselves the question that Reverend Chris posed before. Am I at peace? Just in this moment, am I at peace? And in answering that question, realize the expansive way we're invited to look at peace, to see that it can also make us aware of things like joy and love and faith and compassion and gratitude. And we are so very grateful for the many, many ways that this ministry is blessed through the sharing of your prosperity and abundance that comes in so many different forms, through all of the time that you give, the gifts you offer, the financial support that you all so selflessly give. And so from that place of peace this morning, let's bless this prosperity, let's bless our offering with these words together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am joy-filled and grateful.
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Jesus is born. While shepherds kept their watching over silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens there came a holy light, and they were singing, now go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Oh, oh, he's born. Well, the shepherds and the wise men who journeyed from afar, well, they heard the angels singing beneath the Bethlehem star, and they were singing, now go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Oh, he's born. That humble baby lay, sent out for our salvation, that blessed Christmas day. And they were singing, now go tell it on the mountain, tell it over the hills, tell it tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ was born. They were singing now, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Oh, he's born. Why don't you tell it on the mountain? Come on and tell it on the mountain. Tell it on the mountain. Come on, tell it on the mountain. Come on, tell it on the mountain. Tell it on the mountain. Tell it on the mountain. I want to tell it on the mountain. Oh, why don't you tell it on the mountain? Oh, yeah.
Well, Alice and I have a few closing announcements for you this morning. First, our Yarn Blessings group is going to meet today at 12:30. They meet out in the cafe area to my left. They will also be meeting again on Saturday, December the 20th at 10 a.m., same place. So bring whatever holiday gift or craft you might be working on and just sharing some community time and connective and creativity, everything all around you. Just make some really cool stuff.
And we've got some exciting stuff coming up. Join us in this Christmas season as our Advent series continues through December 21st, including a holiday jamboree next Sunday morning at 10 a.m. with Envy and Pancho Javier, followed by our Healing Light service with Kelly Hunt that evening at 7 p.m. and our Christmas Eve candlelight service at 5 p.m. with Pancho Javier on December 28th. We'll close out the year together with our annual Burning Bowl ceremony.
In this holiday season, we've been sharing that we're partnering with our friends just up the street here. It's the Shawnee Mission Unitarian Universalist Church to host a winter coat and winter wear drive along with a food drive. So we're inviting you to consider donating either gently used or new coats, hats, scarves, gloves, grocery items. This will take place through Christmas Eve, December 24th. We'll collect everything here. People have been bringing it. We're putting it in the Community Connections room, which is the first room to the right when you exit out the doors that I'm pointing to in the back. And then Tiffany Crabtree, one of our members, she's coordinating all that. Will make sure that all the gifts and donations will get to the UU Church, and they will get it out into distribution to those who are in need.
On December 21st, we're delighted to welcome Patricia Bahia, an award-winning songwriter and performer, as our guest soloist. Following the service from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., she'll offer her workshop, Healing Circle of Song, Musical Medicine for the Soul. You'll leave ready to move into the holiday season with a deeper presence and greater joy. The suggested offering for the class is $20. You can sign up in the Community Connections room or online using the link in our e-news.
And on that note, if you do not already subscribe to the e-news, please do so. Check out our website to stay in tune and aware of all the different activities and events that we have coming up here at the ministry, not only through this year. We're already into the first quarter of next year's planning, and we're really, kind of like put on the brakes, but it's a lot of fun to see what all is coming up as well. And so let's join together now in sharing the mission statement for this incredible community of ours. Unity Church of Overland Park transforms lives and empowers people to make a difference in the world. And I think now it's time to bless our kids.
So let's lift our hearts, our minds, and our spirits towards all the little people in our lives, all the young children. especially this holiday season, as the excitement and magic of the season takes hold in their hearts, that we affirm the presence of Christ in each and every one. Just as we behold the Christ child, we know that every little person is unfolding their own magic of their own soul. And so we bless each one. Now I want to give a big thank you to Kelly Hunt, to Reverend Fred and the UCOP Band for providing our music today, and also to the Reverend Chris Jackson. Thank you so much for your wisdom. And he got the memo that our Sunday best is our authenticity. So thank you for sharing yours as well. All right, we are moving through our Advent season, and platform assistants, hello. If you serve as a platform assistant, please stand so we can show you our love and appreciation for your dedication to this role. Yes. Thank you so much for all that you do to keep our services flowing and keep the information pouring out. And speaking of pouring out, next Sunday, our holiday jamboree is Love Poured Out. It is the Love Sunday of Advent, so I invite you all. Again, we'll have Envy and Pancho Javier here for music. Ken Lovren will be here on organ. It's my birthday. I just low-key slide that in there. So I just might bring my saxophone. What do you think, Fred? All right, let's do it. I'll bring my saxophone. We'll have a little happy birthday party, a holiday jamboree, if you will. And that evening, of course, we'll come back for our Healing Light service. And that service is really to create space for those of us who are feeling anything less than jolly through the season. We can carry our grief. We can carry our holiday blues with us, even in the midst of joy. And when we give space to that, when we are able to sit with it and in it, especially in the strength of community, then we can move forward into joy, which will be the final Sunday of Advent. So I invite you to mark your calendars for 7 p.m. next week as well to join us for that. We've got yoga. Jeff, are you in the room? Jeff Squarick with Quiet Path Yoga on 2nd and 4th Sundays. Today at 12:30 after service, we have the Yarn Blessings group joining, so bring your holiday crafts and such to sit in community and be creative together. And I think that's the end of me. So let's stand for our closing song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be a moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And from right where you are, please join me in the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. And all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. For there is a force of love moving through the universe that holds us fast and will never let us go. Bless you, bless you, bless you. I love you.